Hello, fellow Leggers!
It's so great to see our lovely Legger community again. Thank you for joining us.
Joining us here at the Charing Cross Theatre in London.
Where we are seeing a world premiere of a brand new musical. It happened in Key West.
So stick around to find out how many legs.
Whether it's break a leg or leg it. If you're new around here, welcome back. If not, then pop down and hit subscribe now so you'll be the first to find out about all of our latest reviews, news and interviews.
Yes, join our Legger Theatre community, hit the like button below so we know that you are with us, and as we say, comment below.
Yep, so it happened in Key West.
Did it?
Well, apparently it did. It's a new romantic comedy, getting its world premiere right here, as we said, for a strictly limited 7-week run. Okay. Now, the book, music and lyrics are by Jill Santoriello, and the book and additional lyrics also by Jason Huza, based on an original concept by Jeremiah Jones.
Okay, what's it about?
Well, it's touting itself as Richard Curtis crossed with Tim Burton. It Happened in Key West is based on and inspired by true events that rocked Florida in the 1930s when an eccentric scientist lost the love of his life to tuberculosis, stole her body, and embarked on his most ambitious project yet, to bring her back to life.
So, it sounds like a real Frankenstein.
Life!
Kind of make her alive,
Yep.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose. Now, I already know about this story through a YouTuber called Caitlin Doherty, under the name Ask a Mortician. She is brilliant. She's like my favourite thing on YouTube, so we'll leave a link in the description, actually. Check her out for all things death. She's great. For you death enthusiasts out there, she's amazing.
Well, on that very happy note,
yeah.
then
Casting-wise,
playing
the role of Carl in this is Broadway actor Wade McCollum. Maybe that's him right now, just arriving. Whose credits include The Wizard in Wicked, and he's also played Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch, my favourite musical.
Okay. So he's a bit of a name, bit of a legend.
He is indeed. Now this piece is 2 hours and 30 minutes with an interval, so we'll be catching you again there for our 30-second interval breakdown, and stay tuned till the end to find out how many legs.
Well, we've come to the interval, which means it is time for the Break-a-Leggers 30-second interval breakdown. Go! What do you think so far?
I'm enjoying it. I'm engaged by the story. I mean, I already knew the story, but it's fascinating, to be honest. I've got to say, the Wade McCollum, I believe his name is, playing the lead, is fantastic, and I'm enjoying his performance a hell of a lot. It's original. What about you?
Well, I guess you're going to enjoy his performance because he is the main key thing in it. He gets pretty much all the vocals of the script, and quite nicely, a lot of the comedy, a lot of truth to it. Interested to see where this...
That's it. We've come to the end. So it happened in Key West, but did it happen for you?
Such a mixed bag, because the story, like many pieces of drama, is quite interesting. It is a fascinating story of its time. Not only just what happened, that I guess he got away with it as well. That this wacky guy got away with what he did, holding on to this body. It's very Frankenstein-esque. That's interesting. It didn't deliver for me.
What do you think that was? Like, is there specifically something in the score or in the book or the way that the elements work together?
All of the above. Okay. I thought the performances were very committed. Vocally, the cast was really committed. They sounded really good. They had really nice vocals.
And when
there
was
talented
harmony,
cast.
there was clear harmony, and there was very strong harmony working together.
A brilliant cast with what they were given. However, it just was very confused for me as to what it was. Was it trying to be a farce, or was it trying to tell a very sincere story of love? And the two collided and just meshed.
Yeah. And I think that was the problem for me. Had it have sort of picked an avenue to go down and kept on that trajectory, I would have bought into it a lot more. it's either a really tragic tale of unrequited, desperate love, or it's a Weekend at Bernie's style, farce, an absolute absurdist situational comedy.
Or it's an absolute black comedy as well that is very sincere to him, I think, and the absurdity of what he is doing. But it errs more on the farcical side, but also while trying to be sincere. And it
flips and starts almost like a fish has washed up into Key West and is out of the water, and it's sort of flipping about like that.
So in that regard, I was a bit confused. What did you make of it?
Well, like I've said, yes, I agree. It should have stuck with a specific avenue, and it actually didn't do that. In terms of the experience I had, I've got to say, even though I wasn't sure about what it was being, I was engaged throughout. I was interested in the story. I didn't find my mind wandering. And do you know what? I was immersed. Quite a lot of theming, and I love a bit of theming in a theatre.
Well, if we're to pick out some good things, then yes, absolutely. The theming is great, coming out into the auditorium.
Yeah.
Projection was very nice in moments.
A lot of it, though. It's a very small stage, actually. I don't think I've realised before. Charing Cross feels like a small stage.
We saw the Braille Legacy here, and they had an enormous construction that was on multiple levels and revolved, and the space seemed huge.
But
this one seemed very intimate. Even when we saw Harold and Morty, also it seemed to go way back into the depths. So I guess they just played with a small part of the stage.
There were some lovely lyrical moments as well, and by lovely I mean...
You did like some of them.
Yeah, I was quite, I don't know, amused, let's say. It put me in the mind of some of the Simpsons musical numbers, like the Monorail song, for example. There was one song called Don't Worry About a Thing.
You think?
Yes.
I think, okay.
Where it had a line, if you will be a apoplectic, stay away, this wire's electric. Which I just thought, oh, that's interesting. There's a lyrical sort of, twist. I quite liked that about it. And I must say, absolute highlight for me, personally, was Wade McCollum in the role of Carl.
He's the main role, so he carries the whole show, and he's very capable. He has a lovely tone to his voice, kind of bass baritone-esque, and just a lovely richness, getting right down into those beautiful, rich notes. So he was lovely to listen to.
But his acting through song was a huge strength of his. I mean, looking at his credits, he's done a lot of serious roles. He's played Prior Walter in Angels in America, for God's sake, and that takes some chops. And he's a great actor. I really liked his acting through song. He's got it all. He's a real triple threat. He's got a lovely line as well.
He has.
He's got a lovely line.
Yeah, the cast had a lovely number in the second act as well. That was very showbiz and out of character to what they had set up. So that was a nice number for the whole ensemble as well. Yep. Also, is it Elena? She had a lovely, beautiful soprano voice. Elena.
Yep, played by Alyssa Martin.
She had a lovely soprano voice. Really nice numbers.
She did. I mean, it's tough playing a corpse. There's a lot to be said for death acting, but she does well.
Yeah, she never played death though, because she comes back to life.
I know. Spoiler.
I almost wanted her to come back
in a way,
and instead of singing songs of love, to be kind of going, "What the hell are you doing to me? Put me back in the grave."
Slap him around the face, like, "Why are you doing this to me? Why are you putting my family through this?" But because she was a vision of what he wanted her to be, rather than what she actually was. I think the point was there.
Confused for me.
And like I say, because of that confusion, the director Marc Robin, some moments of really good stuff in there, but I would say find an angle and stick with it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's entirely directorially or if it's in the writing. I guess it's more in the writing, perhaps. I guess the director can only work with what they've been given.
Maybe.
That's just what I think.
That's just what you think. Anyway, what do we think?
Well, what do we think?
For it happened in Key West, currently playing here at the Charing Cross Theatre. We are going to give 3.
3 legs.
Yeah, I was engaged. Like I said, I was engaged. I was interested in the story. I sort of knew the story, but the fact that they've taken something which is totally coming out of left field for a topic for a musical and doing this with it. I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a very talented company, really interesting story, but failed to deliver and got confused, and as a result was quite dirty in places. And yeah, I was left a bit, I don't know.
Well, anyway, that's just what we think.
That's just what we thought.
What do you think? Have you
please
seen the show?
come and see it.
Come and have a watch, find out what you think. Do you know what?
Yeah.
It's different. It's definitely different. If you
Very
like
different.
the macabre, you would like this type of show. So let us know down below.
That's just what we think. If you've got a matinee to fill or an evening show to fill, then why not check this out and tell us?
Yeah, we'd love to know. We're the Breaker Leggers, and we'll catch you again soon.
Bye.